Another great way to enjoy the Colavita extra virgin olive oil is to combine it with all the wonderful local Malaysian herbs and vegetables that you can get from the market. In this series, I want to show you how to use wonderful fresh local herbs and make it into a type of local pesto and top it on a grilled red snappers. Now, we need a handful of kaffir lime leaf. Just put them into the blender. This has very wonderful smell. It almost tastes like the fruits itself, except that there's no sourness in it, and it has a wonderful aroma. So we use about maybe a quarter cup of the leaf, but make sure you want to get rid of the middle stem because it tends to have a lot of fiber and we don't want that, and it's very non-desirable. To add some spice in it, we also need 2 large green chilies. Now the reason I call it the Asian pesto because I'm using most of locally grown green leaf as opposed to the Italian pesto that uses predominantly the Italian parsley. Sorry, basil. And I'm putting in the Thai basil here. Basically goes well with all the 3 other herbs that we are adding in. The other herbs that I'm using is coriander or the Chinese parsley. All go into here. So I'm using approximately about a half of a cup of the leaf into the blender. Now, when we talk about pesto, the only ingredients that remain same as the Italian pesto is the heavy usage of extra virgin olive oil, and in this case, we are using Colavita. And into the pesto, I'm adding in something more, that has strong local identity in it, which is the red onion. Just use 5 of them is sufficient. 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. Now all this will go into the blender and we will puree this into a paste. A good amount of olive oil. We use Colavita extra virgin, about half a cup. This is to emulsify all the herbs. About a quarter cup of honey. Now this will add in a lot of sweetness in it. I use dark honey here because I want the subtle honey flavor. Fish sauce will add a strong saltiness and also the savoriness to your pesto. Now, while the blender is working on my pesto, I am going to do a little marinations on the fish. I have got 250 grams of red snapper. Use the middle part because I want to present it in a way that it stands out. I want to grill this over the griller and I want to present this as it is with the pesto drizzle over the fish. Alright. So for this, again, we use a generous amount of olive oil. This will add extra flavor to your fish, and it will also act as a protective shield on the fish as you grill it. A little bit of salt and pepper. Slightly heat up the pan and make sure your griller is extremely hot before you chuck the fish in, because we don't want the fish to get stuck onto the pan. I know when to put the fish in when the pan is extremely hot, like I said earlier. So the moment I place in, I can literally hear the sizzling sound. And it will cook instantly as the fish touches the pan. The fish smells wonderful at this stage because the heat from the pan is cooking the fish together with the olive oil, the pepper and the salt. About 2 to 3 minutes on each side, because this fish is such a delicate meat that we do not really want to overcook it. You know, basically we just want to cook it until it is almost done, but if you overcook the fish, it will tend to shrink a lot. And we'll flip it to the other side. This tastes wonderful. It has a complexity of herbs playing around in the sauce. It also has some extra heat in it due to the green chili that I've added in earlier. And one more thing that I'm going to do is, because this is such a thick paste, to allow it to extra virgin olive oil, to thin it out so it becomes almost a slurry consistency. Just a little bit more salt, and we're ready to go. There you go, grilled red snapper with Asian pesto of olive oil, Thai leaf, basils, and a lot of others wonderful ingredients.